Good morning. It's Friday. And I already have updates from my video from yesterday about stuff, but I kind of wanted to show you the shape that my apartment is in right now. I'm hoping to rectify it this weekend, but yeah, I'm gonna turn this around and show you where I'm at. All right, well, I have a scooter to review this weekend. Look at that. That's the mobility scooter. I'm actually excited. It's foldable. It came just like that. All I have to do is put the basket on it and I'm charging it. And it just folds down that seat. And so I'm actually hoping to bring it to my mom's place and get some video and stuff. So yeah, so this is my living room. Okay. And then over here, I have to fix this. Hopefully that won't be too much. They never wrote me back about those lights, but you know what? There's other lights that I can put under there that I think will do the same thing. I still have the other one to put together. Anyway, and so this is where this is. I'm gonna try and finish this weekend. And thank you guys for letting me know. You guys are so smart. It's called a shelf bracket. Shelf bracket. Yes. And so I'm gonna go on Amazon and see if I can find one of those, but I'm gonna tell you something. Oh, and then I got this. Okay, so I noticed I was having stomach problems. You know, I make my coffee, and I was just using the tap water. Like I didn't even think about it when I first moved in. And so I've been buying a lot of bottled water because I noticed my stomach was getting upset, and I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the tap water, but that's just the only thing that I could think of. And you know, I've been buying bottled water. So I bought this. I bought it at Walmart. So the bottom part was $120. Then you buy the top. So the first one was $14. I don't know why it's okay. And so the water bottle, the first one, and you can get them at Walmart or at Cub. The first one's $14, but then you go bring the bottle back and then grab one that's filled. And I think they said it's only like $2 to replace it. So instead of wasting all the plastic with water bottles and keep spending on water, and this, you can have hot water at an instant and cold water. I had one of these when I lived in my townhouse before I moved out of the van. Because when I lived in White Bear, when I would get my water bill, White Bear, we got our monthly newspaper, newspaper. And it had been known to have lead in the water. And, you get your water bill and it's like 5 pages long and it's like, a whole list, just like your phone bill and every other bill that you get because they hide fees in there. What happened to you never look, you just tear off the thing and pay it. Well, I happened to look, and on the very last page, in teeny tiny print down at the left-hand corner, it said that there was a chance there was lead in your water. And so I called the city and I said, well, do you test it? And they're like, no, that's on you. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I had actually gotten one of these for my other place. And I ended up selling it because I sold everything when I moved out. But it's economical. You aren't wasting as much plastic. Plus, you can just get hot water right out of there at your fingertips. Anyway, it's a good investment. And I was going to tell you too, so being a solo female, traveling and stuff, there are 3 things that I'm going to tell you, not sponsored, that were the most helpful things I've ever gotten. And one of them is a drill. I mean, I am not a master at the drill, but it is, especially with putting so much together. And then I have all these bits. And so the drill has saved me. I bought that when I moved into the van or when I was redoing it. And I have used that so much. And then the other thing is a self-charger for the car. You don't have to have somebody jump you. You just keep it in your car and you can jump yourself. And then the air where you can fill up your tires, an air compressor. That's it, like an electric one. Yes, the top things that I can't live without. So I am getting ready. I have that call with that Leo, and then I'll come back and I'll let you know how that went and what that's all about. I don't even know myself. And then I'll give you an update on the island through Amazon and the insurance. So yeah, within 12 hours, everything has worked itself out. So, okay, I'll come back and let you know. All right, I am done with my call. Well, that was interesting. So his name is Leo George William Smith. I'm going to put his TikTok account somewhere. So he's like a business guy, but he's probably about my age. And he said that, so he's on TikTok. And he said he goes live, I think at 2 every single day. And he talks about like crypto and businesses and stuff like that. People ask him questions. And then he said like they talk about dating and stuff too. And he said on Friday and Saturday nights, he has lives and he wants to talk about dating, but he wants to bring like some female energy to it. And so, so he asked me if I'd want to join. And we talked for like over half an hour and like 45 minutes because it was like 12:30 when we got off, or not 12:30. Yeah, because it was at 11:45. Anyway, so that's random. And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to talk about it. And talking, because we were like, there's such a chasm between like men and women, and it seems to be getting harder. I talked about this, about dating, and all of us want somebody, but we're all like alone. And how do we, rectify that? Anyway, I'm jumping on the live actually at 2. He said, just jump on and, introduce you and stuff. And then I think I'm going to be on tonight and then tomorrow night, which is Saturday. I don't know, something new. I'm getting more followers on TikTok. I think I've gotten almost 3,000 more followers because I didn't post much. Like throughout, I'd go on, I'd go off. I just didn't really know how to use TikTok. And I've been meaning to learn how to edit. Because, I edit all my YouTube videos myself, but that's different. YouTube is vertical, and TikTok is horizontal, and then they have like CapCut and stuff. And so I'm just baby stepping, learning stuff. I signed up for these classes, but again, I haven't had time. Anyway, so about that. So yeah, I guess I'll be talking about dating, which I find so interesting. So like I said, I am just riding this wave, but I already have an update. Within 12 hours, maybe even less than, things have been resolved for the kitchen island. And I think, so how I wrote them 3 times. And like I said, all I wanted was the parts. That's all I wanted. I wanted just to finish putting it together. And people on here from my video yesterday said a lot of times they'll just refund you because they don't even want to deal with it. I mean, go grab a Q and an R and just send it to me. But I see they package it up on an assembly line, I'm sure. Because somebody said, oh, return it. I am not, that was 100 pounds, that box. And all those parts, and I already broke down the box and the styrofoam. So, so yesterday, after I'd written them 3 times, there was a place to make a review. And I said, and I saw then, and I should know better to look at what the reviews are, But when you go on Amazon, you're just buying a lot of times from a third party and whatever, and they have a 64% approval rate. But I wrote a review and said, yeah, I wrote them 3 times. I didn't receive these parts in my thing, and I got a response today. So that was yesterday that I did the review, and I got a response. And I didn't ask for a return. It just said missing parts, and they're refunding me my $187. And now I saw it's on sale for $149. So I guess I get it for free then, and I'll figure out those parts, and hopefully I'll put that together tonight. So yeah, so that was great news. And then for my health insurance, so because I applied, people said, oh, go online. I did apply, and it said that I could probably get, where they like give you credits, like you can, because based on your income, how you can get help. And so then I had to provide like proof of, what I make and stuff. And it gives you things like what you can send in. And so I did that. I did all of that. And then yesterday I got a denial letter, and I read it more closely. Well, yesterday afternoon, and it said they'll send me another follow-up letter with maybe other things I could apply for. But I realized, so they have this long list, like this long on the back, and it said, it said on the front why it was denied, because things were missing. And I'm like, well, what? I read through that thing and I sent, like, out of the choices what they asked for. Like, there was nothing missing. But then on the bottom, there was this little paragraph, and it said, it said I was on unemployment. And this happened before too. I have never been on unemployment in my life other than during COVID, like everybody else. And it was only for like a couple months. I think I was working at Walgreens at the time, and I know I was working remote for a law firm. And so, I even said to them, this has happened before. And I said, no, I'm not on it. And they said they took it off. I mean, I don't know how the state or the city or whatever, like they couldn't, the county, that they couldn't see that I wasn't on unemployment. I haven't been since COVID, when everybody else was on it. And so I called, and I got the nicest guy, Tony was so nice. And he said, yeah, he goes, it's happened before. And he goes, okay. And then he couldn't find, because I sent the proof. And he goes, oh, they didn't upload it or whatever. And I said, I email it. So I emailed it. But he goes, I'll send it through, and you'll get an acceptance letter soon. So problem solved for now, because you have to send like your taxes and stuff, so you prove. And I said I'm starting a business soon, and I've been working, and yeah, so I don't know, this wave is kind of just going like this again. I don't know. And I was just watching something, and it said, it's weird, like, joy, but also pain or grief can exist at the same time. And, like right now, things are going good, or, you know what I mean? Like, they aren't as hard as they have been recently in the past year. But still, the tragic suffering that so many people are going through, I can't make sense of it. But it's weird that two things you can experience those feelings both simultaneously. So yeah. When I was going to tell you, somebody said, because the link wasn't working, they were, trying to get Jessie something. She said she fixed it, because I think she hadn't put, an address. And somebody had said on her Facebook, oh, it's not working to let me send you. So she fixed it. So I'll put the link again down below. But yeah, that's all I got. I got to go. I guess I'm going on a dating TikTok live. I think today he's just going to introduce me, like, now. And then tonight, I don't know how it's going to work. Who knows? Again, I'm just riding along the wave right now, and we'll see what happens. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you go here. Go make an adventure, no matter how big, how small. You do not have to sell everything and move into a van. And thank you so much for letting me know that it's a shelf bracket. I am gonna look that up and try and order one on Amazon, and I'll let you know how that goes. Go call someone you love, and as Joy says, tell them that you love them. And don't you dare forget. Don't forget, please don't forget your magic. No matter like where you are in life, what's happening. And like I said, just like with Joy, modeling for the first time at almost 96, that it's never too late. I know sometimes, I mean, listen, I've been in the doldrums and I'm on a high right now, but again, I know. So just know if you're down here that there's good things coming around the corner. There are. And just know if you're on a high like I am right now, that curveball's gonna come at some point. It's just life. It's just life, but you can deal with it. And because you are magic. You are magic. And we need you here. Okay? Okay. Capiche? Capiche. Okay. I'll keep you updated on what this is all about. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but do I ever? No. No, I don't. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.